this is going to be a short video on mind mapping and how to use a mind map to define the product scope. When we're using mind mapping in projects, we can use it for a number of reasons. At the start of the project, we can identify the project's potential. We can use it to explore the project scope, the work that needs to be done. We can use it as a collaborative tool to involve and invite decisions from other people. We can use it in decision making, in terms of problem solving. So there's a number of applications for mind mapping. Prior to starting mind mapping, identify exactly what you're trying to achieve. In this example, we're going to try and achieve the potential of the project scope. And we want to walk away from the mind map saying, look, now we have a clear understanding of what we could achieve. So let's begin. I'm using a program called Freeplane, which is a freely available mind mapping program. You don't have to use this. There's a number of alternatives, including a piece of paper and a pen. And in a wider setting, I recommend a whiteboard. Nothing better than a whiteboard to get people involved. First thing we want to do is create focus. So we're going to do this by putting the name of the project in the center, or putting what we want to achieve in terms of problem or opportunity. We're trying to find the problem in the central node. And by doing this, we're getting people to focus on what we're trying to achieve. This is very useful because when people start getting sidetracked or detract from the project, we can question, does that comment or statement actually have anything to do with what we're trying to achieve here? Once we've got that, we start considering the main components. And in here, again, we're trying to define the product scope. So what could our product look like? What are the key attributes? And often with the product scope, I try and break it down into its components. So a video has content. A video has a format in which it's delivered. A video has a duration. And a video might have an element of a style by which we create this video. So for me, these are the four things I'm going to focus on. Each of these aspects are going to affect the major product at the end. So I want to see what can be done. A project, a unique endeavor. We've got one chance to make this video. Let's identify all the potential of what could be done prior to commencing. Once the key categories have been identified, we start to flesh them out further. So in terms of the content, what could we include in this video? Maybe we could include some discussion on the key points. We could include the project stages. And I'm not going into very much detail here, I'm just looking at the high level stuff. We could also include the knowledge areas. Great. Delivery format. How could we deliver this video to the client? We could deliver it as a compact disc on a USB. File transfer. Okay. And the reason I've included this is still the product scope, the final format of a video. What is it going to be in? Length, we can consider the duration. Style, I'll go through a couple of options very quickly. We could use animation software. Again, any idea is a good idea at this point. We're going for the quantity of ideas here. We want quality ideas, but the quantity is good. Even if an idea of poor quality or something that you know will never occur has been raised, note it down. It could propagate someone else to think of something down similar lines, which might be an awesome idea. Computer-based software, or in real time where we shoot actors and so on. And now what we're going to do is just flesh out the project in more detail. I'm just going to move this over just so it gives us more room and spreads out the mind map a bit. Okay. Right. Now with the key points. Okay, so this becomes a shell of our mind map. Now what we do is start going down to the granular detail. Project stages. What stages do we need to to include, development stage, implementation, closeout. And now I can start going through what are some things we could include in the concept stage. Let's put mind mapping. What are some other things we could include? The scope matrix, stakeholder identification. And you see how this starts forming our mind map very, very quickly. Once all the ideas have been exhausted, that's your mind map done. Where possible, get subject matter experts, especially on areas where we might not be so knowledgeable on. Animation software. I might go through the internet to come up with a list here, or contact someone who's used animation software and can recommend some options. The more people you include in the mind mapping stage, the better it's going to be. So this is a great chance to get your stakeholders involved in your projects at an early stage.